viewers. It's Thursday. It's post Thanksgiving Thursday. 1 week ago today, we were stuffing our faces with turkey.
Yeah.
How was everyone's Thanksgiving?
Good.
Lovely.
It sounds enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Busy but good. I don't want to eat any more turkey or pumpkin pie or mashed potatoes or stuffing for another year.
Yeah. I think that's the goal. Is to eat so much turkey and stuffing that you're just like, I don't want that ever again.
Speak for yourselves. We randomly do Thanksgiving dinner in the middle of the year.
Well, that's awesome, but it's got to be, but it's spaced out months apart, right?
I mean, we already talked about doing it before Christmas.
Josh, we're the same way. Like there was a couple years back, we were like, why do we wait? Why do we wait every year to do this?
Yeah, it's easy. It's so good. It's easy if you're just cooking for 4 people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but to do it right, you gotta like you're doing all these things that are homemade and stuff, and that takes forever. I'm talking like, dude, every single thing we ate was scratch made.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's always a big job. But I mean, you can make
like, that's like 2 days plus worth of just making food for 15 minutes of debauchery.
That's how I feel for Saturday. So
I went to my brother's house, so I didn't have to host this year, and it was awesome.
Perfect.
I just go over there and bring home leftovers, and I don't have to do anything. It's great,
man.
It's like having a friend. It's like having a friend with a boat.
Yeah.
So Greg is not at home. Scott is not at home. Where are you guys?
So I'm up in Fort Worth. My father's having his hip replaced tomorrow, so drive him into surgery at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
To start the antibiotics and everything pretty early.
That's right. Okay.
Best of luck to him.
Yeah. No kidding.
So
I think as invasive as that sounds, I think hips are, I mean, weird to say, but almost commonplace. It's pretty routine. Like I think he'll be able to come through it pretty good,
Yeah, I mean they're really positive about it. It's supposed to be a very quick thing. They're not having to go through the back, I think, where they have to cut more muscle and stuff. So it's less invasive. It should be. They say basically like first week or so is pretty rough, but then after that he should be much more mobile and
dang,
good deal.
So,
I mean, I'd rather have my hip replaced today than 10 years ago. So
right,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Glad he's able to wait, or whatever. He's not having to have it redone.
Yeah, I'm just glad he's doing it because I know it's going to make him a lot happier. So
nice.
Yeah.
Good luck to him. Yeah, I'm in a hotel room in Austin. Actually, I'm not too far from y'all. Just
nice.
Didn't quite make it over yet.
Yeah.
So you come over tomorrow?
Well, I've got this room for another night. I'm doing some work tomorrow with my team, and then I'm probably just gonna stay here and meet up with y'all Saturday, unless y'all have got something particularly fun or need help setting up Friday night or anything like that.
Not really.
No.
Fun? No, definitely not.
Come on, don't sell yourself short. Hanging out with y'all is always fun.
Sure.
I mean, you can come over to my house and get drunk and watch briskets cook, but
that's way more fun.
That's kind of the only plan. So.
Tyler, I'm guessing Steve is staying at your house.
Yeah.
What do you know when he's getting in? I know he's coming tomorrow.
Sometime tomorrow, late afternoon.
Okay.
3, 4.
And Jocko said he's flying in tomorrow too.
Yeah, he lands at like noonish, I think he said.
Okay.
Very cool.
So
nice. Well, I was polling the chat, and a couple people are flying in tomorrow as well. So good number of people showing up. Some OG fans, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So I'm excited. We got the plaque hung up. Woohoo!
Nice.
Super excited about that. You know what's really sad is the plaque they give you now is so small.
Oh yeah.
Like it's tiny. It's like about the size, like slightly larger in your hand, and you're like,
interesting. I
Like,
wonder how many YouTube or people who have channels reach that mark per year. Like how many of those do they give out for 100,000 and then whatever the steps are?
I saw this video on YouTube about that, the company making the plaques, and they have a hard time keeping up with how many plaques they're making.
That's nuts.
It's insane. Like they're just churning them out.
Hmm.
And I'm like, how are there this many? But if you think about like 7 billion people watching a whole lot of crap on, on the internet, and
There's
okay,
a lot more languages in English too, so stuff
Right.
we don't even see. Yeah.
right, tons of stuff. That's what I find really fascinating. It's like, the YouTube rabbit hole where you go on some random topic and you start watching more and more crap, and then if you go like looking, like, inevitably some channel comes up more than others, and you start like, okay, that one seems to be better than these ones or whatever, and then you go look and they'll have like 4 million subscribers on some random weird topic. You're like, what the hell? How is this possible? Like,
I think we figured some of this out this week though with the YouTube like top things. John's says you're classified as real estate.
what?
I love real estate videos. I watch so many real estate videos. 4:30 Korea real estate.
I'm gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure it specifically chose automotive.
It told me you were automotive, but it told John you were real estate. Like it straight up shows like you're a top real estate watcher. It's normal top channels, normal guys.
What?
Strange.
I'm scared to go look at my top viewed channels.
Oh my god, what the hell? Don't king shame going down a rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. No, I was on vacation. I was trying to do some research on a particular topic, and I ended up watching a bunch of videos about trains and train stations. And I found this guy's channel. It was really well done, very fascinating. And his entire channel was like analyzing public transportation systems across the globe.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, that's a weird niche. Okay. He had like 5 million subscribers or some crazy shit, and he's getting like 2-3 million views per video. And I'm like, I'm speechless.
Yeah. Do you know the name of that channel? Is it like Bright Sun Films or something like that?
It was like something about like more than bikes.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he kind of got like he's got a sense of humor and a little edge to him.
Yeah. You don't know how interesting an hour-long video is on the bicycles from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Until you watch that guy, and then you're like, oh shit.
No, I was watching a video about the world's busiest train station, which is in Tokyo. And get this, it processes over 3 million people per day. Every day.
A lot of trains.
I'm like, that is 1.5 Austins going through a train station every single
What
day.
train station is that?
It's the Shingawa, I think, or is
Sure.
Shinjuku. It's either Shinjuku.
Oh yeah,
or-
Shinjuku is probably. I can totally
I
see
think
that.
it's Shinjuku.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, you think it's Tokyo Station, but it's not.
No.
But anyway, the reason I was doing this is because I did commit to going to Japan with my dad next year on vacation. So I was trying to like learn, like, I don't know anything about Japan. So I'm like, okay, I should probably learn something about the place I'm going to go to in a couple months. So
There you go. So
train cars. Yes, train cars. Exactly.
here, a quick answer to this. Maybe, but not because of F1. Has nothing to do with third row car.
Well, I mean, they don't even use McLaren engines in the F1 car.
But they use
They just
McLaren.
slap a sticker on it and call it McLaren. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, their SUV is just a rebadged Mercedes, like the whole thing.
Oh, that's
They're
gonna be
making an SUV.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pathetic.
Oh God.
It's gonna be great though. It's not gonna like break. People are gonna love it.
Right.
That's the best news I've heard in days.
You'll just be 3 times as much as the Mercedes. It's
It looks like
rebadged.
a Urus, but with McLaren headlights.
Yep.
And doesn't have cool doors.
They haven't shown it off, but that's
If
that's
they
what's
make
leaked.
if they make an SUV with dihedral doors, it's gonna sell so fast.
That's what they need to do.
Yep.
It's gonna be all over the domain, right next. It's gonna be just cruising around.
Yep.
Could you imagine the size of those doors swinging out 25 feet? I mean, no one's gonna be able to open it in their own garage.
No peasants are gonna be able to do that.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
It looks terrible.
Oh, they actually did. I didn't see the image.
Is there pictures?
I mean,
I'll
there's
have to
like
look this up last week.
I don't know if these are official or not. It looks they're trying to copy like the Aston SUV and the Pro Sangue and like a Cayenne Turbo GT or something.
Yeah.
I really like the DBX, other than the rear end where they try to copy like the Vantage.
Yeah,
style to
yeah,
It's
it looks weird.
like the front of it's fine, but like the back of it's like it's not a car. Don't make it a car, and then it's fine.
It's interesting you say that, Greg. I completely disagree. I love everything
Yep.
about that one.
Oh, sorry, I clicked on that too.
Dude, the slingshots in the domain. When they roll in force and there's like 25 of them, you're like,
I could
Okay.
picture John and some aviators rolling up in a slingshot to the domain.
Yeah.
oh my God.
I love the slingshots with the boat, the neon light boat speakers.
and,
you know?
and yeah, like there's lights everywhere, and they're always wearing like a costume because I mean, what says what? I guess I'm trying to decide how hard I want to go down the like tearing those people apart path or not.
Sorry, John, I couldn't help it.
Yeah,
I'm just sensing a lot of jealousy, Dan.
yeah, okay, John. Sure, we'll go with that. I'll just leave it there. I'm gonna pour more beer to that one. Oh man.
I'll never forget the moment I lost so much respect for one of my former law school colleagues because he was always like a car fan adjacent, kind of into cars, but not like super knowledgeable. And he got his big law firm job. I'm happy for him, and he bought a C8 Corvette. I was really happy for him.
Okay.
The very next day after his debut post for the C8 was a picture of that same C8 with Lambo doors.
Oh no.
And I've never felt so ashamed.
You can't talk to him ever again.
I've not.
Disowned.
We weren't that close before, but now I thought we were gonna start having more in common. And now
That's like the quickest way to make a car unsellable.
Instantly.
Instant unsellable. Like I just don't get it. Like why?
well, it just goes back to the whole like fake badging thing, because like you do the fake badging, or there's now a local fake speciale that I think
There is?
yeah, the guy had a fake speciale bumper on it, and it's like nobody cares. The people you're trying to impress don't care, and
Right.
The people who know better, who would care, like
I think you're a clown.
Yeah.
it makes no logical sense in any way.
Well, and it devalues the vehicle. So you're like and it costs a lot. Like a ton of money. Like a veg slush. It's taking the up badging like to a new level. Like when you start doing, okay, I have a faux speciale, or I have Lambo doors on a C8, or any of those things. You're just like that. You spend a fortune for what? I mean,
Well, y'all remember the 360 y'all had in? Like someone seriously did that. Like intentionally did that. I don't know what goes through those people's minds like that. Like
someone made decisions.
Yes,
without an adult in the room to check them.
Paid money for them.
That's the worst part. I just, you know what? I want to get in the business of taking those people's money.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that,
Yeah.
I saw someone shared a SF90 that's for sale today.
Oh
It
no.
has a Gintani tune, or however you say that,
Oh, God, yeah. Okay.
to 1,000 horsepower. And it's like,
Uh-huh.
so what? They added 14 horsepower. Like, why would you even say they tuned it?
Woo!
And they still wanted like all the money for it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Good luck.
If there's one thing that car needs, it's 14 horsepower.
Yeah, right. It's like,
Definitely.
ooh, it's not something I would brag about. Now I'm sure it was just to like tune out the like decat check engine light, but it was like you can't just say Gintani tune because they pulled the cats out of the car.
Yeah. I like this idea. Putting 16M stickers on a 360.
Yeah,
Definitely. So like up badge, but for the wrong car, that's even better.
yep. No one will know.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's just as effective.
Yeah.
I mean, it's seriously the same thing because the people who don't know will be like, ooh, and the people who do know will be like, either way, they're like, yeah, you're dumb.
I
So
think the people that don't know are going to be like, "What's 16M?"
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody who doesn't know wouldn't care. The people who do know are like, what are you doing?
Oh, can
Yeah.
we do that to Stu? Can we get some 16M badges and
what, you don't want to hurt his Ferrari F429?
yeah. He's earned some of it back. He had a kid.
I can say that
Yes,
because I like Stu.
yes.
Dan, you need to put some Corvette badges on the boo.
Ooh,
There you
that's
go.
that's a great idea.
Yep.
Down badging. It's different.
Down badging. Is it when you go from a boot to a Corvette?
The Boo is a prime time automobile.
I
Yes.
can't wait to up badge slut shame my boo.
Yeah. I wanted to down VIN, like get a nice car and get a Malibu VIN and stick it in the front. Like it's a
Oh.
Malibu, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
That's a great idea.
Stop
You
giving
have to buy a
God.
Malibu VIN tag though. Where are you going
I
to?
think is that Greg's loophole? Is he going to buy like a really nice car and then
He's,
just
he's
buy
rolling
a,
the Aston or the Alpha. Come on.
he's gonna
Nobody
buy
knows-
a
Nobody
wrecked
knows what my sedan is anyway. Nobody has any idea what that car is. I
True.
can put a B badge on it, and it's exactly that.
Well, I mean, you could go buy a wrecked boo, rip the VINs off, stick it on there, and
Yeah.
it's a
Let's go to-
boo.
A
And
pick
go
and
to
roll
go to
lot.
prison.
Only if I cover the other bin. I'll keep the other bin.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll
It's-
permanently attach it. It'll just be there for the LOLs.
or like just right next to it, be like, I identify as VIN, blah blah blah.
There you go.
Alfa Romeo Malibu Quadrifoglio.
My pronouns are Corvette.
Hey Scott, are we allowed to talk about the thing that you did this week?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So, you know, I checked another box off of the list of cars that I've always wanted, and I came across a really good deal on a Grand National
Oh, heck yeah.
with a fully built engine, suspension,
Nice.
rust free, pretty much flawless interior. So I went ahead and bought it. Couldn't say no. The guy was local. He's a specialist that sells them.
Oh, yeah.
So last night I went up there in the afternoon, drove it home, and parked it in the garage. I've only driven it about 30 miles to get it home. So I'll have some fun with it when I get back.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
sweet.
cool.
Melt some tires down, but I'm still in the market for, you know, something a little more exotic, a little more fun. But this was just something I needed to get. You know what I mean?
Heck
I
yeah.
don't think you spent $207,000.
No.
It's not a GNX.
It's not a GNX, although it has GNX flares on it. So,
Ooh, okay.
so put a
Is it
little,
black?
yeah, oh yeah,
All right, same thing. If it's got the flares and it's black, same car.
yeah. It's pretty nice for
Without the numbers and special stickers and
yeah,
and
yeah.
debadging and
He's
whatever.
up badging his.
You up badge your GNX to a Grand National.
I up flared it. But anyway, upgraded turbo, tuned, all that stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I really love your car buying process, Scott, because you're like, I have a budget. And then along the way of your car purchasing journey, you've already purchased 2 other cars that had nothing to do with your original journey. One of these cars nobody knows exists.
Right. Well, that's what we work hard for, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, Lordy.
I'm in the
Yeah,
market for Advantage.
We talked about this a lot last week. Oops, what was that?
I'm in the market for Advantage. Oh, what do you buy? Grand National.
That's
Joke's
a different
on
budget,
you.
Greg. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about Whistling Diesel last week in length. If you want to go watch that video, no reason to bring it up. I don't think anything's changed. He did make a video talking about what happened, and he confirmed it was about the Montana plates and
Yep.
all that stuff. And then he talked about like they screwed up. The bail wasn't 200,000 or whatever. They forgot. They're like they didn't put the decimal place for the cents.
Typical government bullshit.
Right. Some weird thing like that. And
Well, he'll spend a lot of money on attorneys, and we'll find out if we can actually get away with Montana or not.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, speaking of rabbit holes, I watched a video of this lawyer who deals with this type of situation. And he made a video saying, my advice to him would be pay the fees. Don't make any more videos about it. Take the videos down, just pay them and quietly go away. Because there's no other way that he's going to get out of it. Like he may get an ROI on the videos for being in trouble, of course. But that guy was just saying, just legally in black and white, he should just pay this and walk away. So we'll see.
oh yeah, was it Steve Lato,
I don't recall who
The guy-
I don't recall who the guy
from
was.
Michigan, Lato's Law?
That does sound familiar. It could have been.
He usually does like car related law stuff when it comes up. He's an interesting character.
May have been him.
Yeah. Speaking of law, I had jury duty this morning.
Oh yeah,
And-
how'd that go?
I got dismissed immediately.
Nice.
It was wonderful.
Perfect.
I had to drive all the way over to the courthouse, which is like a half hour away. I show up. There's like 200 people there waiting to find out. I guess they just like pool a huge mass of people,
Yeah.
and then they have you like check in, and you hand them your little card, and they check your name on the list. And if you're on the list, you're screwed. And if you're not on the list, bye. And somehow I was not on the list, so I was like, all right, peace out. I'm done.
It's bad they don't have a phone number you can call and just.
They have a website, and I checked the website, and it didn't. It said nope, you got to report. It's like why couldn't they have? I don't know.
Did they hand you $20?
No,
Dicks.
you got nothing.
Jerks.
At least when I got dismissed and I had to sit through like questions and stuff, they at least gave us $20.
See,
out.
we didn't make it that far.
Yeah, you didn't get that far.
No,
Dang.
it was literally like, oh, you're just not needed. Bye bye. Which fine with me.
Oh yeah, totally.
I was like, okay, see you later. About 50 people have RSVP'd so far. I think you bought enough food that if people want to show up at the last minute, they can, but within reason.
I did. I'm planning for 60.
Yeah.
I up the sides a little bit. We should be good on meat.
Yep. And I have. Oh, do we lose Tyler right as he was talking about important things like meat? We did. Oh, that's too bad.
The meat sweats.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I've not RSVP'd, but we'll see if I make it, and then I can ruin Tyler's math.
Okay.
Oh, it'd be great if you could.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm waking up at 4 tomorrow, and then trying to drive from Fort Worth.
Tyler's back.
Rough, but I'd like to make it. If I can.
Maybe. I need a new laptop. It's freaking out.
Yeah, you're having some trouble there. All right,
Yeah,
there it
this
is.
laptop's going crazy. The screen went black.
Ooh, fun.
Maybe.
I don't want
Well-
to jinx it, Dan, but I haven't been called for jury duty since I was in my 30s.
Holy cow! What the heck
Oh,
happened?
totally. Knock on wood, dude.
Dude, why'd you do
Yes,
that?
I'm right here.
Well, you know what's crazy? When I lived in Austin, I only got it once over 14 years, one time.
Mm.
And that I actually got to impaneling, and it was like, they needed, I don't know how many people were jurors, and they went through and started asking people questions and dismissing them based in keeping others. And they get to the guy next to me, and they accepted him, and he was the last one they needed. So I was next in line, and I got to go. And I was like, thank God. But as soon as I moved to the new house, I've already gotten it twice, and Meg's gotten it once.
Interesting.
I don't know if there's just more people getting in trouble out here.
Yeah. Maybe the pool's just smaller.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, dang it. Like, stop going. Get me. The last one they sent me, the card arrived after the jury duty. And so I'm like, oh crap, am I in trouble? So I called them and like, oh yeah, the system screwed up and didn't mail them out in time. So don't worry about it. You don't have to come for 2 more years. I was like, okay, works for me. But anyway, now I don't have to worry about it for at least 2 years. Isn't it 2 years? I think. I don't know. Something like that. Whatever.
I'm not that kind of lawyer. Can't help you.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's only for criminal, right? That they have jury.
No, I,
You don't... All right.
Dan, if you start answering questions, you're gonna have to pay him.
If I even look at him wrong, I gotta start paying him soon.
we gotta get our own circular economy going.
Mm.
I'm just
Okay.
getting back for Ferrari service. Just
Yeah. There you go. Well, we've been cleaning the shop, trying to get all that going. It's been super busy, and of course, that was like the worst thing is having jury duty on this week. I'm like, it's a particularly busy week, and then I was gonna lose it. Into, like, I didn't fly back from visiting my parents on Thanksgiving until Monday. So I already lost 1 day, and then I was going to lose another day. So I was only going to have 3 days, but thankfully I recouped today. So Tyler's connection appears to be running on a what is it? The Nighthawk for the OG people.
As long as those smokers are still going.
Yep. Heck yeah.
it's probably a giant barbecue explosion at his house.
Lordy. Well, we're on the hunt for Ferraris. Bad. We only have one Ferrari for sale right now. I think, right? We only have the one consignment 430 for sale in St. Louis, and that's it. Because the yellow 360 sold, and I think that's it for Ferraris.
What's going on with the TT? Still there?
Still there. A
We
few
have
people.
the Gallardo. We have the Gallardo Spider.
Oh, I figured that would go quick.
We haven't even listed it though.
Hmm.
So we need to do that to get that going. But we have the Gallardo Spider, we have the TTS, the Coaster Bus, the GT40, the Porsche Targa GTS, and is that it? And then the 430 in St. Louis. I think that's it. It sounds about right.
We looked we looked at 2 cars today. Neither one of them worked out. But
Yeah, we had a rare moment. We had 2 locals that we looked at, which is always
and they
great.
both were at the shop at the same time. It was fun.
Yeah, and of course they both show up like literally within 2 minutes of each other. We're like,
Neither
We
one
had
of
our-
them was it.
Both
What's that?
Ferrari, something else.
one Ferrari and a Bentley. Josh was salivating over the Bentley.
I really
do not-
wanted it, but I didn't
I
want to
do
pay any
not.
money for it.
I don't want that car.
What kind of Bentley was it?
This is a Continental GT.
With the W12 or whatever.
Yeah.
Dang.
You pick them up pretty cheap these days, can't you?
Yeah, they're dirt cheap.
Yeah. I mean, for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Dude, the
Well,
dude.
I'll just put it this way. He sent me a spreadsheet of all the money he's put into it in the last year, and that was more than the car was more than I offered him for the car. So
Poor guy.
I'm like, dude, here's the numbers. I mean, it is what it is. He's like, I know I messed up. I know.
Math is math.
I mean, it is. It happens.
Oh Lord. Yeah, that was. I don't feel like that's a car you want to own long term.
No.
I must have been a pretty early one for it to be that bad.
Yeah, it was 05.
Mhm.
The new ones are supposed to be better, but we'll see.
Time will tell.
Yeah. With Audi electronics, I don't trust any of it. So
Yeah.
I mean, those cars. I mean, if you have to do O2 sensors,
Oh,
engine
God.
out. Vacuum
What?
lines, engine out.
No.
AC compressor, engine out. Yeah,
wow.
What?
yeah,
They designed the
serious?
frame around the engine, obviously.
yeah. It's pretty bad.
I wonder if is the V8 as bad?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm not sure. I'm just talking W12.
Because all the reviews say the V8's actually the one to buy, but
I mean, if I were to buy a Bentley, I'd get the V8 because it's basically an Audi engine, and they're pretty good.
I can't believe you have to pull the engine for all those things.
That's
Yeah.
not-
So is it one of those where like you're like, oh well, I gotta pull the engine, might as well do the AC and the
Yeah. Well, that's how his bill got so high. It's like they took the engine out, and it's like, oh, well, while you're here, you can do the motor mounts, you can do a new starter because those go out, you can do an AC compressor, like all this, and he did all of it.
Oh my god.
Crazy. Crazy. You might as well
The
drive
O2
the stuff up.
the O2 sensors requiring an engine out, that's idiotic.
Well, think about it. So basically that W12 is, if you're familiar with Volkswagen engines, a VR6 engine, like in a GT, the R32 or whatever GTI.
Yeah.
It's two of those put together,
It's huge.
so it makes a W. So it's two V6s put together.
Yep. Jeez.
And so it's got 4 catalytic converters
Oh my god.
and a shitload of O2 sensors. And they're all like crammed in there. Like if you pop the hood on these cars, like there's this much space between the pulleys and the radiator. And
Jeez.
there's no space on the sides. It's just really crammed in there.
No, thank you. That sounds really.
Well, I didn't know that. The Panamera, you have to take the bumper off to do air filters.
That's silly.
Wow, that's stupid.
That's wow.
yeah,
It's
I
kinda
love,
like-
I love hearing stories like this though, because it just makes me feel so much better about my maintenance journey. Like, look, other people deal with stupid stuff all the time too. So
Well, but at least your maintenance journey resulted your car being worth a lot more.
wait, yeah, it's a fluke. But even if that happened, I still take it.
Uh-oh. Incoming.
Yeah.
Mm.
Push.
Although I will say I've had my Lambos
You
in
gotta
for-
turn and push.
It's very, very wonderful non-Ferrari-esque experience. It's
Hi.
truly incredible.
Oh, we're gonna
We
shut.
got lots of
Yes, I can.
sharpen our knives to cut through that sarcasm. Hey,
Oh,
buddy.
Honesty. Oh, you're heavy. Okay. Don't pick your nose. God.
Wild man.
No, but the Lambo service experience was great. They sent a transport out at no cost to pick up the car. The person who does the transport is actually an employee of the dealership. The communication was perfect. I had to reschedule multiple times. The person calls me, arrives within 1 minute of when he said he would be there to the house.
What?
Gets my STO with no lift up on the trailer in 5 minutes. Car is gone. Like perfect. All included in like the cost of the service. It's so easy versus Ferrari. Although the service people at Ferrari are great, but the
Wait. Did
the
you
idea.
sell your STO?
No, just for annual service and warranty.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Although they may be trying to pocket list it if they have some
Oh, okay.
people.
So you're just where were you taking it for service?
Just Lambo, Austin.
And they come out and grab it?
Mhm.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm paying a big premium for all this stuff, but I mainly do it just kind of want the warranty to be extended with no questions.
Yeah.
The rest
Makes
of
sense.
But I just was blown away because Ferrari. Oh, you want transport? Your cost. You deal with it. Oh, you can't even get an Uber back to your house. Here's our rental car you can choose to pay for, which is a beat up Ghibli.
It's not just beat up. It's
Well, even
rotted
Kia,
out.
even Kia will pay for an Uber.
Yeah. It's just so different, which is like, hey, well, I appreciate this having seen the other side as much as I do like all the service people at the dealer, but just
I think Ferrari thinks they're so good that they don't have to do that.
yeah.
Is it Ferrari or is it Vega? That's the question.
Don't say his name, Tyler.
No
We don't
comment.
say his name in vain. We can't.
I didn't say it in vain.
That is not the experience I had with Ferrari. The dealership that, just to paint a picture, I bought the car used. The car was being serviced at Ferrari Orlando, and I went to visit it. I test drove it while it was there, and the sales manager, it's not his deal. It's not his car. He shipped it down for me. He facilitated me test driving it and shipped it down on Ferrari's dime. And then when I sent it to Fort Lauderdale to get the oil leak checked, they came and got it I had to pay this, the fee for them to look at it. But the 45-minute trip there and back that they picked up was free.
It's a Ferrari of Austin thing. It's not a Ferrari thing.
Yeah.
But Ferrari of Austin did pick up the 48 when I didn't know if there was like an engine problem when it wouldn't shut off. They came and picked it up for no cost. But
Oh, okay.
But it was under warranty.
well, only because it was a potential engine issue.
Oh yeah. So they were like,
Camera was not under
"Ooh,
warranty."
cha-ching."
Maybe it's
The
just metal.
Camera, you got the Ghibli treatment.
Yeah, this is definitely the game.
Did they-
Maybe they just don't like you, Greg.
I don't know. They invite me to stuff. They gave me a cookbook. They seem to like me, but they won't give me a
Cookbook. Wow. You're
They might Greg more stuff than me. So
They invite me to the F1 gala. I like all them. They offer a speciale to me. They give
Oh,
me
are you done?
and then they make me pay for a rental car.
Whoa.
Jeez. You see Italian way.
Oh, don't touch.
It's hard. You separate the people from the problem in that case.
Yeah, because I would say when I went with Fred to Ferrari of Newport Beach, they were so nice and super good and whatever. It just felt like a different experience, and that's the weird thing. We've been to a lot of Ferrari dealers now, and
some of them are good and some of them suck.
Yeah. some are really good. Like you just feel like, like it should feel nice. Like if you're gonna drop that much money on a car, I would hope they treat you really well. Like I'm not saying they have to like treat you like a king or like bow and whatever and like do stupid crap, but it's like just be reasonable human beings to me.
Nashville picked me up from the airport in a Persongli.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think the weirdest one I've ever been to is Salt Lake City. I just
Oh,
felt really awkward in that place.
It's a weird space, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like, and the people are weird. I was just like, I got to get out of here as quickly as possible.
That's just, dude, Utah is just strange.
Get me the F out of here.
They trying to convert you?
No, they nothing like that. But you get a weird vibe from everybody, and it's like it's not good.
It's all the near beer or whatever it's called.
I did have a really fun dream the other day, actually. I don't know why, but I actually had a dream of driving my Lambo with license plate through Salt Lake City.
Mama looks awful. I love you. You want to come to bed?
Yeah, this is probably.
Hi,
Tyler,
Close.
Scott, and Greg. Good job.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, every time. So the company I used to work for, I had to go to Salt Lake frequently, and every time I went there, I was just like, it just feels off to me. Like just something about it's not bad, right? It's not like you never feel unsafe or anything like that. It's not like that kind of off. It's just like I don't know. People aren't supposed to be that nice. Number one, like, so is it authentic or is it like I don't know what's going on? Like, okay, it's just strange. It's too cookie cutter Disney, you know.
So many jokes to make.
Yeah.
John's right. It was very
Cafeteria.
You gonna go see Mama? Okay, go see Mama.
Yeah, I will say I can't really understand having multiple wives. To the other comment, one woman yelling at me is enough. I don't really.
Mine is exhausting.
I wouldn't say that.
To segue you off of that topic. Yeah, San Francisco just like the sales manager lied about selling the car. That's all.
Yeah, that was strange.
Yeah,
we've bought. I think we bought a car from Ferrari San
Bought a
Francisco.
couple from them.
Yeah, and they were okay for us, but I don't know if
I
you just
didn't
got
want
a
to
bad.
use Ferrari Financial and paid 10% interest, which is insane,
Yeah,
and
it's
he wouldn't
dumb.
sell me the car after
Is that a
it was-
bad deal?
it was told it was sold. Like,
Yeah,
nope.
strange.
Oh well,
Yeah.
I got a better car anyway, so I don't care.
Yeah, it worked out for the best. Did you a favor?
Yep.
Huh. Oh well. Yeah, it's so strange how different the experience can be. So,
Luck of the draw, I suppose.
yeah.
I mean, it does make a huge impact on people, though. I mean, there's a lot of people, younger people in Austin, who have a really poor view of Ferrari.
Yes.
I don't. It's crazy to me how many people I talk to that I don't think I've heard anything good about Ferrari of Austin. All of them have some negative story or something bad to say about it. It's like, how do they? I mean, if they just could change that, I think maybe they could do a lot better. I don't know.
To me, they've always been good. I just, you definitely hear stories. Maybe they're trying to change it, but hard. That's a hard reputation to change.
Yeah.
We've never bought a car from them, so I don't know. Culture starts at the top. I mean, no comment on that one. Man, we're gonna get some shit from this conversation, aren't we?
I know.
I'm being very kind. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I haven't said anything.
I like that. All the people are great.
Yeah, I like all the people.
I say individually, I don't think I've ever had a problem with anyone I've interacted with. So whatever.
Yeah, the Ferrari and San Antonio guy figured out the camera issue just from the live. So
Yeah. No, that was
awesome.
Yeah, that was great. But I don't think he wasn't even working there anymore.
No, but still,
because Ferrari San Antonio is the one that had the lawsuit because they had a porter drive the car and total it.
ooh,
And then it was a car on consignment. They had a pending deal.
oh no,
And so the porter drove it to like get a car wash or do something. I don't know why. They drove it and wrecked it.
Damn.
And then, of course, the buyer backed out, but Ferrari of San Antonio told the seller, oh, hey, like we still have a deal, and talked him down on the deal. And basically was like trying to devalue the car so that they could like sweep it under the rug. And then, of course, the seller found out that their car got wrecked. And they're like, you didn't tell us that you wrecked the car? And so it became a lawsuit and some other crap, and it was just like, holy crap. Yeah, I'm sure there's articles about it online if you Google it. This was probably, I'm gonna say like 7 years ago now. But that was wild. Like it was like, what are you guys doing?
Bad business.
Yep.
Yeah, it was sketched to the nines, man. Yeah. Yeah, actually, we've got quite a few people taking interest in the remote consignment stuff.
Sweet.
So I'm hopeful. We'll see.
Good deal.
I think it's gonna take a little bit for people to get adjusted to like that you have to pay us up front to do the PPI, because most consignments you just like send your car and then you pay, they take money out of the deal at the end. And obviously this requires some money up front. But I think from our perspective, we can't not do that, because we can't commit to flying out there and spending a day looking at a car if they don't have some skin in the game.
Yep.
So we can't just say like, oh, we'll take the $3,500 off the sale price of the car or something like that, because then they could just back out, and now we're just losing all that money and time and all that stuff. So we can't do that. But do you come to Winnipeg at negative 40 degrees? I mean,
If you're paying,
for like a double charge.
No,
So, like,
nobody goes to Winnipeg in -40. Nobody.
I would say I literally couldn't, because I don't have like clothing capable of surviving that right now. I would literally die going there in that.
I can't consign your vehicle. I will die.
Yeah. I don't have anything. I don't have like proper winter clothes anymore, because I don't go anywhere that cold that often. I remember my brother one year gave me shit because like I was gonna go visit him in the winter or something. I don't remember what, and I was like, I don't have a winter like jacket or whatever. And he's like, why don't you have a winter jacket? I'm like, I live in Texas, Dave.
yeah, 40.
I don't have a use. Like, I literally don't have a use for it. Like, I haven't needed one in 14 years.
When we bought our house here in outside of Boca, my wife, after we toured the floor plan, she one of the questions she asked was, "Where's the coat closet?" And the realtor was like, "Why? We don't have coat closets here. We don't have coats here."
That's awesome.
What is this coat you speak of?
Right.
That's literally the whole reason to move here.
Exactly.
That is one of the primary reasons I live
You
here.
know, yesterday when it was like 38 or whatever, and it was windy and it was drizzling outside, I was like, I really don't like the cold. Because you always, in the middle of the summer here, you're like, God damn it, the summer here sucks.
Yep.
But then when it gets cold, you're like, okay, the cold's worse.
Yes.
Brutal.
100%. That is exactly my logic behind it. And
That doesn't mean we
Remember-
can't complain about the heat, but
that's true. We still have the right to complain about the heat. But I feel like when it's hot, the thing I always say is when it's hot as hell in the middle of summer, you can still
you
go
drink a
outside.
cold beer and you can
Right.
put on shorts and a t-shirt and you're
You go
good to
jump
go.
in a pool,
Yep.
you get some shade, you have a fan, whatever. You're not literally going to die. If you go out in the middle of the winter in the north, you can literally die. like your car could break down and you could die. That happens.
Yep.
Like that literally happens. Like
That
someone's
can
like,
happen
"Oh,
in the heat here too, though, theoretically.
not you don't hear about people like, oh, so and so's car broke down on I-10 and they died." That
Well, you
literally
hear
would be like on the news in Michigan and be like, oh, it was a blizzard and this car fell off the road and the person died.
They were
That's
trapped
what
in a
I'm
snowbank for a week and they died. Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, that happens. You can die from the heat, but it's very uncommon when you're like doing your normal thing. It's usually like, oh, person was doing some activity that sweat too much or what,
Yeah, he was
Anyway.
rushed in or something. Yep.
Well, okay, yes, the homeless. That's the homeless would be just as screwed in the winter
I think they're more screwed in the winter than in the
Yeah.
summer.
because they're gonna be like frostbite and losing fingers and toes and noses and ears and shit. Even if they don't die.
It's a lot easier to find shade than shelter. snow.
Yeah. I'm
I
sure
have
either way.
I've softened over time though, because when I landed today, it's like mid 50s. I was miserable.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
today sucked. Today was
Yeah.
an awful day out.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
We're bitching about 50.
I know, 45 degrees.
Yeah. We're like, oh God. Josh and I were
The cars run better in the cold, dense air.
It's true.
to a point.
Yeah.
Well, we were like moving around some stuff and doing some work outside today, and both Josh and I were like, God damn, it's so cold.
I was thinking about it. I was walking the dog, and it's like 4 years ago, I would have been like shoveling snow in shorts and a t-shirt. Now I'm bitching about 45 degrees.
Oh, dude, it turns you into a sissy so quick living down
Yep.
here. Yeah. I remember that in the spring in Michigan, the first day that like the snow melts and it's like 50 degrees. You're like shorts and t-shirts.
Yep.
You're not lying. It was that way in Chicago too.
Oh yeah, definitely. A moose carcass will save you.
First, you got to fight the moose.
Yeah, right.
Oh man. I tell you what, Hugh, fly down to Texas in the middle of August,
Yep.
and we'll just put you outside and see how you feel.
Hugh really likes all the things that are the opposite of my taste. He likes Porsches and cold.
Yep.
So far, we have 50 RSVPs. About.
-6 in Minnesota. I mean, you can't go do anything outside.
Well, you
There's
can. You
nothing
just
to
have to
do
wear
outside.
45 layers and.
But what are you going to do outside with the gear on? You need to be doing something in -6 degrees.
I mean,
You can go ice skating,
Make a snowman.
snowmobiling.
You
Yeah.
can Subaru. That's what you can do. You can Subaru.
You can
Yeah.
Subaru. Yeah.
That's true.
But you can't wear your
At
boots.
least if it's 100 here in the summer, we can still go do stuff.
You can't Subaru though. Your Subaru will
You can Subaru. You just got to have good AC.
Subaru definitely breaks at 100. Ringland fail at 100, not -6 for some reason.
There you go.
I need to get another beer.
Duwork Exotics asked how my Speciale
yeah.
going if he turned to cars. Short answer, I drove the Scud. I really liked the Scud. Decided I didn't want a base kind of no option Speciale to trade in both the STO and Scud. So decided to pass on that one. But if a good Speciale comes up, I'm still interested. So we'll just have to see how it goes.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's the right move.
I see my car out in like the morning sun at an angle, like when we all met up at the Oasis, and it's just like I can't.
It's such a
I
good color. I know.
personally think, and I could be completely wrong about this, but I think you should sell that car right now and just put the money in the bank or whatever and sit on that money until the right Speciale comes along, because I don't think you're going to see those prices on the Scud last, and I don't think you won't see those prices again for a long time once they start to come down. I could be totally wrong, but that's how I feel on that.
I don't think you're wrong. I think the market's just really high, but I don't know. I was pretty happy with my car when it was worth less. That's the
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I did have somebody else interested in my Alpha. He reached out through.
You're already going to sell the Alpha?
So I don't know. This person was trying to put money out there, and I was like, I don't think you have enough money for me. 'Cause I put so much money into that car with the plan to keep it for the long warranty. That it's like, if you really want to pay me to, pay for my paint protection film and all the stuff that's into the car, like, okay, I'll consider it. But
Greg's gonna need to get a dealer's license if he keeps this up.
yeah, I've needed one for a while. I have a real problem. I need help.
You come to the right place.
Yeah.
We help you save by doing trade-ins.
Well,
That's
I've
why I got my dealer's license when I first got started in the car business because I got sick and tired of paying sales tax on cars.
yeah. Well, John, I again to do this, I pulled all the math together into the alpha, and I spent 96 grand on the alpha. So
Oh my
Oh.
god, dude! Oh my god!
Oh, Lord. Oh, dude. Yeah. I love that channel.
Yep. Mentor's good.
There's I actually am watching a few different ones now. What's his name? Noel Phillips.
I've seen him, yeah.
Yeah, I really like his stuff. He's got a good dry British humor. He actually moved to the US now. He lives in Houston.
Huh.
There's some other travel person I've been watching. I can't remember who it is. Oh well, whatever.
the funny thing is the offer was much more than I actually paid for the car.
Oh. Just not quite there.
That's not enough for me to sell and take the loss. Like, yeah, I mean, everything on the car means I can just drive it through the whole warranty, and it's perfect. I just paid to get it perfect. And there's 0 green alphas on the market.
Oh.
They only made probably about 30 per year. So if somebody really wants that car, which it is like the spec, then they got to cough up.
You gotta pay. You're gonna pay. Yeah. It's Jeb something. Jeb Brooks.
Yeah, Jeb Brooks or
Oh,
something.
I watch him.
Yeah. I like him. Although he's a nerd, which I appreciate.
he's a total nerd.
He's
Which
also
I-
a watch guy.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Dan's oblivious to the Rolexes on his wrist.
Down a notch.
Chopping him down a peg.
Well,
Yeah,
he doesn't
all
talk
right.
about him, but he's always wearing a different watch, and I'm like,
Yep.
oh, nice.
Okay. See, I literally didn't notice at all.
Yeah.
Ever. Actually, there's because of the Japan trip, I've been watching a lot of Japan stuff, and there's a guy, I think it's Abroad in Japan, and that guy, I love his crap. I mean, it is hilarious. But
We're planning a trip to Japan too, and
are you?
I've watched them. Yeah.
When are you thinking to go,
I think of May of next year. I think is the right.
dude?
Yeah.
We're going in May.
Are you really?
Yeah.
It's a good time.
We can cross paths.
We're going at the very end of May. You don't want to go. Don't go early May because that's Golden Week.
Yeah. I'm still working on the logistics of it, but
What's Golden Week?
It's like a national holiday in Japan, and everything's totally impossible to get reservations, and travel is impossible. It's just it sucks, and everything's expensive because it's all booked. So you just don't want to go during that week. I think it's the first week of May or something like that this year. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
I looked it up, and like we're going. I think we leave on the 21st or 2nd. Something like
Probably
that.
good time.
Anyway,
I'm not that far into it. We haven't purchased tickets or anything, but we're working on the logistics and like what we're going to do and how far down the country we're
I
going to
can
go.
I can shoot you our itinerary if you want to save yourself effort and steal stuff.
Of course, I'll
too.
take it. Yeah, of course. I'll
Kyoto
take it.
and Tokyo during cherry blossoms. Or
I've heard that too.
Yeah, we wanted to go, but it was like, I mean, it would be prettier, but it was like, okay, it's still gonna be pretty.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't stress it. Like you've seen
Yeah.
cherry blossoms before.
Yeah. You can see them in Washington.
there's gonna be so many pretty things to see and whatever that I'm not worried about. Like, oh,
The watch culture is real big in Japan, Dan.
is it?
Yep.
I'm somehow not surprised.
Get you a Grand Seiko for the cheap.
Grand
one.
Seiko
Yeah.
has the coolest watch that has a dial on it that looks like a cherry blossom.
Oh, cool.
I mean, that's kind of
And
cool.
it's like 3-dimensional, looks like a cherry blossom leaf. It's really cool.
Yep. Yeah, you got to go to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yes. No, actually, and there's a few dumb things I want to do. Meg was like, "Have you seen the maid thing?"
Oh yeah, I've been to Maid Hotel or
Of course you have. Of course you have,
At the
Tyler.
hotel too, but the cafes.
Meg was like, because I'm traveling with my dad. Meg was like, you have to take your dad to one of these maid bars or whatever it's
Oh,
called.
totally.
And
Yeah,
I'm
make him
like,
sit there and talk to a maid.
oh my god! I'm like, that would be so embarrassingly awful.
What is it?
It's like
There's a theme, and the
it's like
people that work there, yeah, cosplay, and they like come and sit at your table and like have conversations with you. And
well, they dress up as a Japanese maid,
Okay.
and then
there's different themes in different places.
Well, like the common one,
What
whatever.
type of costumes, Tyler?
Yeah, it's
My
and so,
friend
like,
drugged me to all this shit, including a maid hotel. Yes.
well, it's not so like there's what do they call it? There's a term for it anyway. Because I had no idea about this, and Meg was like, "Oh my god, take your dad to this," and I like, so I watched a video, and I'm like, "What in the hell am I watching?" Like, I was seriously like, I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Your like
And-
server comes and sits with you. And
Yeah, and they're dialed up to 11 on excitement and all this crazy shit, and I'm like, is this real? Like, I thought it was like a fake thing. Like, no, this is real. It's like themed restaurant, only cosplay Japanese made, and
Well, as mentioned in the comments earlier, we're not here to kink shame. Okay.
Yeah.
And
No. Whatever
that's-
floats your boat, Dan.
so that was the funny
pick
thing.
whatever fetish you want. They have a restaurant for every fetish you have.
yes.
Right,
yes,
right.
they do.
Well, so the
Literally.
funny thing is, I was like, okay, is this like some like sex worker thing? And you Google it, it's like, no, absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
It's not supposed to be at all.
No.
But of course, there's creepers.
I'm sure you
turning-
can find one if you wanted to.
I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably like the black market made thing and whatever. I mean,
Dan and his father just cruising Japan's red
Oh my
light
God.
districts.
You need to go to the robot bar too in Tokyo.
oh, that could be funny as shit.
But just the best part is all the Americans out there hawking the strip clubs all around it.
Oh God.
They're the only Americans out there, so they can talk to all the tourists, and it's so good.
No,
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
gotta do the robot bar.
No. So we're only in Tokyo for like 3 days, and then we go to Kyoto.
That's enough time.
Mm.
We're in Kyoto. We do day trips to Hiroshima and Osaka,
Nice.
and then on the way back, we're gonna go to Hakone and stay in the mountains for 2 nights.
That's pretty much. I think that's like the golden route. Like that's.
It is.
that's-
Well, the only difference is usually, it's Tokyo, Osaka, or Kyoto, or both, and then somewhere like the third place varies, right?
Yeah. Right.
And
right.
So my dad had already been to some of the other places that were recommended, so we're like, well, let's do Hakone, and he's like, okay,
Nice.
because
What?
he had already
That's
done,
true?
huh?
That's very true.
Yes, that is. You can get anything in Japan.
Mhm.
From a vending machine.
Yeah, it's from a vending
What
machine.
I don't know much about Japan, honestly.
Dude, it's the more I'm like researching what we're getting into, the more I'm like, this is
It's
this
been
is
9 years since I was there.
How do
and
they-
all
how do
this
they
shit
treat
existed 9 years
Americans?
ago.
huh?
How do they treat Americans?
So in the touristy parts of Tokyo, it's fine. When you get outside of the touristy parts, there was definitely some like racism towards whitey,
Really?
but
Yeah.
otherwise I don't care. It's that's usual. I mean that happens in the U.S. So.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What did they do, or what did they say, or?
The easiest example to explain would be like when you get a train pass, you have to go through the handicap stalls to show them your pass,
Yeah.
and they would tell me they'd wave me through as if they had unlocked the turnstile, what they wouldn't. So then all the alarms would go off, and it'd lock me and kick me back, and then I'd have to show them the pass, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, go ahead," and then they wouldn't do it again. I'm like, come on, dude.
Messing with you?
Oh yeah, they're just totally fucking with me.
Tyler,
You should
victim
look
of
them
racism.
straight in the eye and say, "Fuck you."
But that only happened in the train stations, out in like the parts of Tokyo
BFD.
that are like, what the fuck are you here? So
Yeah, all right.
Now, Tyler, were you dressed up as a geisha girl, or were you in just your street clothes?
I mean, how'd you know, Scott? I was appropriating their cultures.
Damn.
I did actually look into possibly doing this. If I wasn't going with my dad, I would definitely do it, but I don't
You gotta
think I'm
find a
gonna.
parking garage where they're doing some drift racing.
Yeah, I mean, it's my dad's not into cars at all, so we only have limited number of days there. I don't think I want to do it, but I would love to.
Are you doing a capsule hotel?
What's that?
You doing a capsule hotel?
No,
Oh, you're so shit. Do it
So
for
that was the funny thing is like my dad was like, oh, like we can stay at this crappy place or this crappy place. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm booking. All right, I'm booking everything. Let me do this. So I'm not gonna go to like 5-star like crazy shit. We're not staying at the Four Seasons, but I'm like, we're not gonna stay in a filth shithole. Like I'm not gonna like cheap out on probably one of the only times in my life I'm gonna go to Japan. So I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it nicely.
The main hotel would be clean.
Yeah. Well,
the capsules were clean too.
I'm sure they are, but
in theory.
Well, the good news is he saw, like, we were watching a video and he saw one of those capsule things. Like, there you go, Dad. And he's like, no. Like, okay, good. We found your limit.
All right. It was an experience. We did 2 different ones when I was in Tokyo because we were only there.
Did you
for
really?
3 days. Yeah. It was an experience. One, like, there's super nice ones where there's like, onsens and like big spas in there as well.
We are staying in a very
Sketch
traditional Japanese hotel in Hakone.
Okay.
So it's got like, well, we did opt for the room that has the Western style bed, so it doesn't have the bed on the ground. So I'm like,
Go use the squatty potty on the high speed train, and you have to balance while it's like rocking. Super good.
That would be awesome.
Don't poop on your pants.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't to drive in Japan, you have to go get an international driver's license. You can't just go drive there. And from what I understand, it's pretty expensive to rent cars and stuff there. So it's like,
you don't need it.
Right. So we're not renting any cars. We're just taking public transport everywhere.
Bullet train.
Yeah, we're just going to take the trains everywhere. So, and unfortunately there's no direct flights from Austin. So you basically got to go to another major hub somewhere.
Yep.
So, that was okay. I told Josh about this. This was crazy. So I'm trying to book the flights for Japan for myself and my dad. So he's in Phoenix. I'm in Austin. So I'm like, okay, let's make flights where we'll converge at LAX and then we'll fly LAX to Haneda. And so I start looking at pricing, and I've been watching pricing ever since we first started talking about this like a couple months ago. So pricing's gone up and down and up and down. It was actually down during Thanksgiving. So I'm like, okay, let's just buy it. Like it's not going to get much cheaper. It might get a little bit cheaper, but in worst case scenario, we'll cancel the flights, take the e-ticket, the e-credit, and then just rebook or whatever. Well, my flight from Austin to Tokyo, if I book it as one, was cheaper than if you book it as 2 separate flights, right? Like independently. For my dad, if you booked it as one, going from Phoenix to LAX to Haneda, was 150% more if you booked it as one. But if you split it into 2 separate reservations, one going from Phoenix to LAX and then LAX back to Phoenix, and then a separate ticket, LAX to Haneda and back, it was like, you're talking thousands of dollars less.
So crazy.
And I was like, this makes no sense.
They're just hoping you don't notice that.
Yeah. And so I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So I call up Delta and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to do this trip with my dad, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like trying to explain it because she's kind of like, at first, like, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm like, trust me, just pull up the reservations, like try and get one straight from Phoenix to Haneda. And so she does. And she's like, okay, here's the price. I'm like, yep. Now I'll pull up 2 separate flights, one from, and blah, blah. And she sees it and she goes, holy cow, you're right. And so I'm like, well, can we do that? But is there any way he can check his bag and have it go all the way to Japan instead of having to go get it? And she's like, yeah, I can link it for you and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So she took care of it. It was awesome. But I was like, that was dumb as shit. So he has 2 separate reservations to do it. Oh, and you'll love this. So I'm like booking the flights over the phone. And she's like, "Oh, does your dad have a Sky Miles account?" And I'm like, "Hey, like, Dad, do you have a Sky Miles account?" He's like, "I don't know. Let me check." So he goes through a stack of cards that like this thick from all of his travels and whatever, because he traveled a lot for his job. Flipping through them, he finds this Sky Miles card, which is still the right number, and it's like right on the card it says member since 1983.
Dang.
I was like, you realize? And so Megan
How
goes,
many miles does he have saved up?
Yeah.
like none, because they've all expired, because he hasn't.
Oh,
He doesn't do Delta anymore because Phoenix is a American hub.
yeah.
So, but I was like, holy cow, Dad! Like,
Speaking of,
yeah,
I bought
Dude.
a plane ticket to go to Barrett Jackson in Phoenix in January, and my plane ticket was $98 round trip
Dang.
from Austin, direct flight.
Dang.
I mean, just
Yeah.
saying that, like, I
Unbelievable.
still can't believe that.
$98.
It costs more in
Yeah.
gas overhead for the server or the.
You guys should come out if you can swing it. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of other stuff going on outside of Barrett.
Yeah, what week is it?
It's we're going to 21st through 24th, I think.
Let me look at my flight.
I think it's 21 through 24. It's we're going out on Wednesday and flying back on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm leaving on the 21st.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, I was telling Dan, I think I'm in Daytona Beach for work that
Oh,
week.
bummer.
I'll get to go see the Rolex 24 though, so that'd be cool.
That works.
Take your rental car on the beach.
But no Scottsdale W during car week for Tyler. So
No.
so
Yeah,
that day.
yeah.
You're
We'll
never
see.
gonna- You're never going to find your wife like that.
Right? Yeah. Although you never know.
Right.
NASCAR crowd.
Well, to be fair, that would just be a wife for like a week or two.
Well, just annul that later.
Yeah, whatever. once they're sober.
Just at least take your pick from the RVs that don't have rebel flags flying on them.
hmm
They don't exist.
Oh
It's not
man.
many. You'll be able to spot them easy.
It's not Talladega. Come on.
Oh man. That's so awful. What am I gonna do with the Superformance? It's a great question, Hugh.
Working on a deal. Maybe.
Oh.
I do have a possible deal. I'm not
It's
putting
an
too much.
interesting deal because we're getting possibly getting a car back.
Yeah, we'll see. That's kind of. Yeah,
I really hope it's Dan's old 458, and we're just back in the circular.
You're close. It's actually
Ooh.
my old 430.
Oh.
yeah,
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah,
Oh, for real?
The
yeah,
one I
yeah, for real.
spent all that money and time on, and
Yeah.
then sold it.
Yeah. It's
Interesting.
the problem is that we're close. We're like $10,000 apart,
Mm.
and it's the problem is I'm already taking a thrashing,
Yeah.
so I don't want to get completely murdered. I'm already like I'm gonna lose $45,000 on that car, so it's already. Oh,
Yeah. You're talking to Greg here. Come on.
yeah, I know.
The big baller over here
Yeah.
wipes his ass with 45 grand.
I just lost a lot of money. Losing 45 on a car doesn't seem unusual.
You know how much I bought and sold the McLaren for? Come on, 45. Who gives a shit?
Just take a couple less trips to the maid hotels. It's no problem.
Well, okay. Correction. I'm losing 45,000, not including all of my other costs, just
there you go.
purely
No, but-
based on the.
Nobody counts those anyway.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Those are
are-
forgotten.
It's
Those are,
monopoly money,
Yeah, man math it. There you go.
man. Well, the other problem is I just love the damn car too much, so it's like, oh god.
yeah.
That too, yeah.
Damn, that's pretty bad.
It's true.
Uh,
It's true. I did not have fun with it. I sold it because the Scud was better.
So I don't know. Well, if we don't have something come through in the next day or two on that, I'm very seriously considering selling it at Barrett.
Did
But
they
the only
give you
way
a good slot.
I'd do it is if I got a good slot,
Okay.
which it might be too late.
Yeah.
And so if I couldn't get a good slot, like it would have to be Saturday, sometime between like I'm gonna say 2 and 5.
Hoovy
And
can't help
Do you
with
have
that.
any control over that? Like, what if you commit and they put you in a slot you don't like, can you back out? Like, what's the?
I would make them tell me what time it's going to run within a reasonable degree of accuracy.
Yeah.
That's kind of my experience now. Is like, okay, having learned my awful lesson with Meekum, which holy crap! Anyone watching Meekum today? It was a bloodbath,
Oh,
There was cars
dude.
with no reserve that were not getting a single bid.
oh shit!
What?
Literally, like they're like
They were
$500.
trash cars, granted, but they still were not getting a single bid at $500.
Is there any Malibus?
And there was nobody there. I don't know how they're.
Oh, dude. When the cameras accidentally showed the crowd and there was no one there, you're like, oh, like it looked, it's
Granted,
bad.
it was in like Kansas City or something, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Mecum has always been looked at like the lower tier one out of, of all of them. And Dan, that's why I sent you that link to that collection that was being sold. Dan,
I know they're going to
Dan and
meet
I went to North Carolina. We stopped by, got a rare tour of, was it the Hatton? What's it?
Bachman.
Bachman collection. Most of the rare Ferraris are all yellow. Anyway, it's a massive collection over years. And they're taking them all through Mecum. And I sent Dan
They're stupid.
the
I
link.
know.
I was like, what?
That's truly really stupid for them to do that. Mika
can't
must
believe they're
have given
gonna
them some crazy deal or something, or promised them something.
Gotta be.
100%. Yep.
I don't understand that one at all. Like it's not the right forum. For
I actually got a postcard in the mail today.
I got one last week.
Yeah, because it went out to everyone in the Ferrari club, and it's like, oh, Mecum has 48 Ferraris or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, ugly spec.
I mean,
I mean, how
Ronald
cheap?
McDonald spec.
Yep.
Yeah, how cheap can a McDonald's TDF be?
That's the last one off the line, though. So
It is, yeah.
The guy
It's
liked what he
painful.
liked.
yep.
Yeah, no, I would not sell it at Barrett unless I got a super good time slot. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
So
Can Hoovy help with that at all? Like,
I don't know. I did text him. I didn't hear back.
Just
So-
bypass him and text April.
there you go.
It's not shoot, I don't have her number.
We're too small for him to give a damn.
That's not true. He's helped us out a lot.
Yeah, he likes helping smaller YouTube channels, but he probably just doesn't know. So
Well, he might just he's busy. Like this is like the
Oh,
Super
too.
Bowl for him.
Plus,
Is
now
he
that you're
running any cars? I haven't watched his videos in a while. Is he selling any cars there? In Barrett?
Not that I'm aware of yet, but I'm sure he will. I think he does pretty much every year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah. So that's
Well,
the
Dan,
status.
you made a good point. You had fun with the GT40. I mean, listen,
Oh God, yes.
I know you're already taking a bath on it in your head, but you did have a good run with it.
I don't regret it from that perspective. I've
Yeah.
enjoyed that car, and I mean, if I'm ever super wealthy, I will absolutely have one in a collection. But it's just for what I'm doing right now with my life, it absolutely does not make sense.
Yeah.
So
Go
I've
drive the
had-
hell out of it. Get $10,000 more of fun out of it, and then take the deal.
I mean, yeah. I guess the good news is if it doesn't sell by the time my insurance renews, I'm going to lower my policy because
Yeah.
it ain't worth what I'm insuring it for. Like I've thought about that. I'm like, God, I wish this thing would just catch on fire. I would do great.
look, everybody makes a mistake and misses an apex from time to time.
Yeah,
The guy in the Bugatti sure did.
dude. Do you
Yeah.
want to be in that little tiny thing and miss an apex?
No. Sitting on
No
top of the
risk.
gas tank? No.
No risk, no reward.
Shit.
Says the guy who lost money on GT3.
Financial advice right here. Look at that.
Yep. Yep.
Oh man. Honestly, there isn't. There's no point because I did multiple videos in that car and none of them got any sort of reasonable amount of views. It's just the problem is it doesn't break, so there's no wrenching. The wrenching I did do on it, no one watched, and I can't really take it on any sort of trip or something because you can't.
Yeah.
Like, it's just impossible. Like there's no trunk. There's
So I did buy a bag for Black Friday that you might be able to use in the GT40. I bought it for the STO for dragon trips.
Is it
There's-
waterproof?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so. It's like this OGIO, like 70-liter duffel backpack.
Okay.
That could fit in like the passenger seat, and then you could strap it in.
Okay.
This is my STO trunk plan.
Well, work on the 4-point harness.
Well, we're working on harness.
It probably would.
Not as well as a 3-point, but it'd be okay.
Yeah, I can see that. Just run it through the straps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And,
Maybe I
well,
should-
the camera does that car no justice either. Like this, it sounds so glorious in person, and then the camera's like, whatever.
It's too loud.
Yeah.
The cameras can't handle it.
No.
And like even the sound it makes is so dynamic that to really experience it, you have to go stand behind it and feel it
Oh yeah,
in your chest every time its cylinder is firing. Is you're like, holy shit.
pick a piece of carbon out of your teeth. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like you go stand behind, and like even the sound as you walk around the car, like to just 90 degrees off to the side from the exhaust is like 40 decibels different.
Mhm.
It's crazy on that car how much as soon as you get behind the exhaust, you're like, holy shit. Like that's insane. I don't know. It checks every box that I love.
Yep.
But except for doing good for my business. So hey, that's only one that's caught on fire that I'm aware of.
It's amazing that the camera was rolling too, and in position in such a way where it caught the flame.
Yeah.
Dude, and not only that, but it like I don't film a lot of like the drives or whatever. I just happened to film it that time. I was like, oh, okay, I'll film it. And
I still get a kick of the kind of smile you had on your face. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
dude.
it's on fire. Oh, okay, it's on fire. You just
yeah, I'm telling
Was
you,
it over?
my brain stopped, and it just whatever face that was on my face is
Oh, yeah.
my brain didn't compute. Hey, you should change your face now. Yep. No, this is exactly it. It's a business asset. It needs to go away, take the loss, and move on. That's exactly it. Yep. And that's the thing is I wrestled with it emotionally for a while and then finally came to terms with like, okay, the car needs to go. So now I'm like past that hurdle where I've mentally gotten over it. So you know how that is like when you have this car that you love and you're finally like, should I sell it? Okay, I'm going to sell it. And once you make that decision, you're like, well, now I just want it to go away.
Mhm.
Just get it over with because you don't want to like have to sit here and think about it anymore. I'm like, just go away. All right. I want to think about my losses. I just want it to go away and move on.
Yep.
So
Break their heart.
Dan, watching your look back videos, it dawned on me how much I really enjoyed and missed Meg doing her apathetic car reviews
yeah.
and driving. I know it's hard with the kiddo, but
Yeah.
Great old enough soon.
I mean, if the videos could at least pay for a babysitter, it may be worth it, but they don't. So, I mean, I'm literally taking a financial loss every time to have Megan do a video like that.
Yeah, it was interesting. I listened to the Smoking Tire with Doug DeMuro today on my drive up to Fort Worth, and even both of them were saying, like, their plan for this year with their YouTube businesses are for them not to grow. That's their expectation of where YouTube's at right now.
It is a really tough environment.
Mhm.
Yeah, I am fully baking in that we don't expect our YouTube channel to grow significantly, but I at least want to continue to use it to generate more business for ourselves.
It's
So
marketing, and it's important for the branding, right? Trust
It is.
is your value is. So
yeah, it's marketing, it's transparency, it's exposure. That's what it's providing for us. It doesn't provide revenue directly. Like, we don't make hardly anything. Dude, by the way, I just wanted to say, Scott, thank you for watching the recap video, because you're one of only like 300 people. Seriously, my recap videos, I'm like, well, that was not worth it.
I was only watching to see if I was in them.
I spent literally over 40 hours making those videos, and they performed like absolute dog shit. I mean, some of the worst videos I've ever made performance-wise. I'm like, well, lesson
They're
learned.
fun to
I'm like,
watch, but
Really?
I enjoyed them. So I did them for me. I don't give a shit about anyone else.
All joking aside, I thought they were great. It was a lot of fun to watch all that stuff.
That's
Well,
the
I
craziest part.
I think Alpha Brent's comment there is maybe an indicator, right? Do more videos on the lawnmower. I think the problem with the YouTube algorithm is confused. Is this flooded shop repair channel? Is it a car channel? Is it, it's just, I think YouTube's dumb.
It's a vlog.
Yeah.
That's I think the easiest way to describe the channel is it's a vlog, right? It's about our business and life around the business, which is Ferrari.
You want to say that number?
I don't care. Sure.
I think I checked yesterday, and I think we're going to probably do 70 this year.
nice. Especially with like losing a month too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we've already exceeded any previous year.
Last year we did 57, I think.
Damn. Congrats. Yeah.
That's a hell of a percent jump.
Yeah. So that's the dichotomy of it, right? Like the YouTube channel is meh, but the business is really doing well.
Yeah. Well, when you can sell cars off of a short,
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time
You
that
have the right
happened,
audience.
when that happened the first time, we were both like, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we just sold a car with a 2-minute video. That's amazing.
Yep.
Like, holy
Have you-
crap.
Have y'all thought about trying to do more of like the Bring a Trailer Partner or Cars and Bids, like partner programs or anything?
No.
It's way too much work for so little money that it's just not worth it.
And honestly, they don't bring the money. That's not been
The
our
right
experience.
cars bring the money, but the problem is we only get a tiny little sliver of that, and we have to monitor the auctions, do the pictures, deal with the customers. It's not an efficient use of our time, I think.
The
Do you
volume.
think that'd be something you could find to like delegate to people?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
But even then, the problem is with those auctions, if it doesn't meet reserve, you're screwed.
Mm.
You are so screwed as soon as the car doesn't meet reserve. And there's no way as a dealer that we can't put a reserve, like we can't run them no reserve.
Yeah. You front loaded all the work. You have to get money out of
We
it.
have to get something.
Well, the partner deals are like we list the car for a third party. Like somebody comes to us and says,
Oh,
"Hey, I
you're
want to
talking
list
about
my car with that. Can you take care of it for me?" And we get like whatever percentage or whatever. It's
Yeah,
not that much.
it still seems like it's not worth it. Because you gotta, I mean, they're just dealing with those auctions is such a pain in the ass. Because you got so many, like, yes, you do have real buyers, but there's so many dipshits on there that you gotta deal with. And all it takes is one asshole making some comment that catches people.
Well, I don't know if I told everybody, but I bought that Mercedes on Cars and Bids, and I was bidding on it, and I took it up to a certain number that I was like, okay, I'll buy it for this, and I got outbid, so I'm like, okay, I'm out. And then somebody else outbid that guy, and then they kind of had a little bidding war and took it up another like $4,000 or something. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And then I get an email from Cars and Bids like 2 days later. Hey, the buyers backed out, and you're the next highest one. And I'm like, there was 2 other bidders above me. Like, what's going on here? Is there like some shill bidding going on or something? And they're like, what do you mean shill bidding? I actually said that.
Damn.
And I'm like,
I'm
I'll
definitely not
take
the
it.
next
I
one.
will take the car for my last highest bid. I'll take it for that, which was like, I think it was almost $5,000 less than what it sold for. And I ended up doing the deal. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did their answer satisfy your question, or
I think I pissed them off with my first email response. And then somebody different emailed me back and said, okay, the seller agreed to do that.
that word is flagged? It
Yeah.
goes up the chain when they
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, the AI needs to get a human to
And
respond
this was
now.
only like a month ago.
Damn.
I wonder how much that.
Personal? Or is it for the dealership?
Personal.
Mhm.
And I so long story short, Steve and I split it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna ride in that car this next week.
Yeah,
Really?
he's gonna take it on the drive.
Yep.
It's a 87 190E 16 valve
That's dope.
with a dogleg manual. It's pretty
That's-
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Before I bought my Grand National, it flashed in my head just a moment. I was like, maybe I should reach out to Josh to see what the deal is with that Mercedes. But I went ahead and made the decision.
It'll probably be for sale at some point, but
I'm sure it will.
so Steve messaged me and he's like, hey man, what do you think of this? And I'm like, well, I kind of want to buy it. He's like, well, no. I'm like, if you want it, that's fine. I don't need another car. He's like, okay, well, what do you think I should buy it for or whatever? And I told him what I thought it might be worth or whatever. And I think it was like 3 days later, like right as the auction was ending, he's like, hey man, if it goes too high, you just want to split it and I'll just drive it when I come out. And then when we sell it, we'll just split, if we make anything. I'm like, well, we might not make anything, but I've always wanted the car and you want the car. So sure, why not?
Fun.
Yeah. So let me see if I have a picture of it on here. It's pretty cool. It's not
Seriously.
everybody's cup of tea, but it's one of those cars I always liked when I was a kid. And I thought they were so cool.
Heck yeah.
Email us.
There you go.
There's a good picture of it. I took it for a drive last weekend and I took some pictures of it.
Yes, sir. I love
Yeah.
those things too.
Yeah, it's got the
Those look good
factory
looking.
body kit and spoiler and all that, and the windshield wipers on the headlights.
I don't think we're gonna do or at least I'm not doing the drive. I don't know.
Dan, come on.
Come on, Dan.
Well, I think if we do
People
it,
are
we
driving all the way in.
I'm gonna Uber it all the way to, but wherever the hell you are, just for you not to go on the drive.
because I don't even know is Cow Creek even open all the way?
No, because actually that picture I just showed you was on Cow Creek because it's by my house.
And it's
And
closed.
I drove down, and you get about 3/4 of the way, and the bridge is completely washed out. You're
Yeah.
not driving through there.
Wait,
Unless you've got a 4-wheel drive truck.
Oh yeah, Cow Creek will be closed forever.
is the road condition to where it goes to nowhere good?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a good
You just
question.
have to turn around and go back.
There's no traffic right now because it goes nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a single car out there.
Well, there's never cars on Cow Creek.
There's all that motorcycles though.
Yeah, never enough to really be a big deal.
Yeah,
I like roads to nowhere. That's what I'm
Yeah,
that's
you
a good one.
can't go with a group of like 20 cars and go to a dead end.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's
Turning
no
around
way to turn
30
around. Like you're
Ah,
doing
yeah.
a 5-point turn to turn around right there.
I'm
Yeah.
not worried about. I mean, for y'all's group drive, that's one thing. But if I lead a drive, it's normally like 5 of us, right? 6 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely different scenario.
Yep.
So that kind of eliminates the route that we would normally take if we were going to do a drive. So I don't know if there's even a good option of anywhere to go. Because that means like if you go out that way, you would have to go all the way around to Marble Falls, and now you're talking about like a 2-hour plus drive.
Yep.
So I don't think we can.
It's fair.
There's the one other road that connects past Cow Creek.
I mean, maybe we suggest here's an option is we could say, hey, for those of you that want to do a drive, meet up at what's that coffee shop right by you, Greg? Or no, not by you, Greg, but on Jester that you guys always go to on the weekend or whatever.
Oh, Russell's.
You could tell people, hey, meet up at Russell's at some time.
9. Yeah.
Go back around through Lime Creek and make your way up to the shop.
Yeah. Do Lime Creek nameless.
Yeah.
Pop up.
Yeah. So maybe that's the way to do it. Obviously, I'm not going to do that because that would mean I'm getting up at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But people who are coming up from like Austin or South, that could be a way to do it.
That'd be cool.
If one of you wants to plan that,
If I wasn't in Fort Worth, I'd be happy to. But I'm trying to figure out if I can even make it in. But
yeah.
Yeah. I gotta
That's
be.
the problem.
I'm cooking. I'm busy.
I have, yeah. And that's,
I would rather just do a drive with like a couple other dudes and not have to
Yeah.
deal with 30 people. Like,
Yeah.
no thanks.
I'm just so, I've been spread so thin lately. I just have not had time to do anything. Like, you know, like you got the list of stuff you got to do, and I'm quickly prioritizing that list, and a huge chunk of that list has been pushed off for so long now. Like, there's just so many things I'm like I can't even tell you how many times I'm like, I gotta clean my garage at home, and I'm like, I look at it, and every time I park it, I'm like, God, this looks like shit.
Yep.
Well, don't have time. I'll do it one of these days. Like, and then and my Swiss tracks got all screwed up, and dude, I was so mad. And like a couple of them broke and everything, and I'm like, and they're like in the middle, and I'm like, they're just gonna stay. I'm like, I'm not fixing them. Like, nope. I'm just gonna wait until someday I get so mad at them that I'm just gonna rip them all out and throw them all away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Should update that if we're not doing a drive.
Did it say it on the thing?
It said maybe at 9.
Oh shit.
So it only starts at 10 if there's no drive.
That's 10 was the start time.
It might be.
I don't know if food will be ready by 10, but
Well, and even
I've been
then,
telling everybody noon for food.
okay,
Yeah.
good.
yeah,
I
we
know exactly what mac and cheese will be playing. That will be my target.
I mean, as soon as it warms up, 'cause
Already.
it's getting cooked tomorrow and put in the fridge. So
yeah.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, it's way
I'm
past
way
time. All right. Thanks everyone for coming. Those of you coming to the barbecue, I guess if you don't hear from us, there is no drive. We'll go with that. If you do hear from us, there might be a drive, but I wouldn't count on it. So, all right. See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.